Chapter 2, Part 2, we pick up with rounding off numbers. In this class, we use a really simple number scheme. If the first number you're going to chop off is 5 or greater, we round up. If the first number we're going to chop off is less than 5, we round down. However, this has some limitations because with a simple scheme like this, you end up rounding up a little bit more often than you round down, and so you get some systematic error there. But for this class, we're not going to worry about it. But if you go on to take further science classes, you'll find that there's actually a lot more rules with what to do when the number you want to chop off is a 5. And the whole goal of that is just to make sure you round up and down equally so that the errors cancel each other out. So let's round this number. We're rounding to 4 sig figs. So the first number we're chopping off is a 7. That's 5 or greater. We round up. 0.04345 to 3 sig figs. The first number we're chopping off is a 5. In this class, we round up in this case. So 0.0435. 136.2 to 3 sig figs. First number we chop off is a 2. That's less than 5. Round down. 0.1790 to 2 sig figs. The first number we're chopping off is a 9. That's 5 or greater. Round up. When you do calculations, your answer to a calculation cannot be more significant than your least precise number. So if you're giving someone directions and say it's 100 feet forward plus or minus a foot, and then 50 feet to the right plus or minus 10 feet, your final answer can't be more accurate than plus or minus 10 feet because one of your numbers in that directionality was plus or minus 10 feet. And so when you plug something into a calculator, it gives you a ton of numbers. And the question is, how many of those actually matter? And that's where these two rules come in. We have one rule for multiplication and division, and one rule for addition and subtraction. When you do a multiplication or division problem, your answer will have as many significant figures as the number in the problem with the fewest sig figs. So 79.2 has 3 sig figs. 1.1 has 2 sig figs. Which one is less, 3 or 2? 2 is less than 3. Therefore, our answer will have 2 sig figs. And the first number we're chopping off is less than 5. We round down. Correct answer is 87. In this one, 12.18 has 4 sig figs. 5.2 has 2 sig figs. 13 has 2 sig figs. What's the smallest number, 4 or 2? 2 is the smallest number. So we round to 2 sig figs. The first number we're chopping off is a 7. That's 5 or greater. Round up to 4.9. In addition and subtraction, your answer will have the same precision as your least precise measurement. So our first number, 136.23, goes to the hundredths place. 79 goes to the ones place. 31.7 goes to the tenths place. Your least precise number is 79 because it's plus or minus 1. Again, in this class, every number is plus or minus 1 of its last digit. That means 136.23 is plus or minus 0.01. 79 is plus or minus 1. 31.7 plus or minus 0.1. Your sloppiest number is 79. It's plus or minus 1, which means your answer must be plus or minus 1. And then we are rounding to the ones place, so that it's plus or minus 1. First number we're chopping off is a 9, which is 5 or greater. Round up to 247. In this one, 142.57 minus 13.0. Your first number goes to the hundredths. Your second number goes to the tenths. Your least precise number, your sloppiest number, is 13.0 because it's plus or minus 0.1, whereas the other one was plus or minus 0.01. Therefore, our answer will go to 0.1. And the first number we chop off is a 7. We round up, 129.6. When you have both rules, do them separately. You first will do the addition subtraction rule up here and round, and then do the division problem and round. So we first, 12.18 goes to the hundredths, 5.2 goes to the tenths, answer will go to the tenth. The first number we're chopping off is an 8, that's 5 or greater. We round up, and we round up to 7.0. And the next step, it's 7.0 divided by 10.1. Now this is a division problem. So we use the multiplication division rule. 2 sig figs here, 3 sig figs here. Which one is less, 3 or 2? 2 is less. So our answer will have 2 sig figs. Remember, this 0 is just a placeholder. There's no other way to write that number without the 0 there, but it does not significant. And 3 is less than 5, so we round down to 0.69. How many sig figs should be in this answer? Well, 1.6 goes to the tenths, 23 goes to the ones, and 0.005 goes to the thousandths. Your sloppiest number is 23. It's plus or minus 1. And therefore, we add 1.6 to 23 to get 24.6. And then we minus the 0.005 to get 24.595. But this is an addition-subtraction rule. And therefore, the answer must have the same precision as our least precise number, which was to the ones. So we round there. The first thing we're chopping off is 5 or greater. That means we round up to 25, and that'll be 2 sig figs. And that is the end of part 2 of chapter 2.